Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to the Road Warrior. Seems like old times. Now, I'm not insinuating that you've been following the Road Warrior for, well, the decade plus it's been going on. But we're back to the beginning. Okay, technically not. Well, is it the beginning? The idea for the Road Warrior came driving in this car. I'm not in my Scion today. I'm in the Super Cooper. I'm in my 2003 Mini that sits garaged most of the time anymore because it still needs some work. In fact, there are more lights on the dashboard from sensors that have gone bad over the course of 20 years that need to be replaced, and I just haven't had the budget to replace them. And I haven't had the need necessarily. But I've got some brake issues with the Scion, needs new brakes. So it's at the garage, so I'm doing Road Warrior from the old time version. And we actually created the bottle pod, if you go back to like episode 1 or 2 or whatever it was. And I did those as a sidebar to one of my blogs. I don't even remember which one it was. It may have been Kev TV. And I believe that's kevinmasontv.com, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it kevinmason.tv? Heck, I don't even remember. I haven't done any. I did 150 episodes. It's been close to a decade since I wrapped that up. That was a daily video blog that I just didn't have enough time for with the podcast. Then I brought this back on a trip with my wife to Indiana when I was going to see the Rick Nielsen guitar exhibit in Rockford. She was spending time with her friends up in, I don't remember, I think I was in Illinois, she was in Indiana. I dropped her off and then went and did my thing. And I was video blogging for the Mustang, and that's kind of what brought this version of the Road Warrior together now, some 500 plus episodes, almost 600 episodes away. So I don't bring out the Mini Cooper very often. To me, it's very noisy. And again, we'll see when I actually put this in post-production how noisy this really is. I hear all the road noise. You get a lot of bumps, and you know, because of the suspension in this vehicle, because it's so low to the ground, you'll get a lot of adjustments. But this weekend was kind of one of those weekends where my wife is actually out of town. She's hanging out with high school friends, with friends she went to high school with that she stayed close to this day. One of them, do you say technically, if it's her second marriage, is she getting remarried, or how's that work exactly? To me, I've had 2 marriages, but I didn't get remarried. I got married to my new wife, or my current wife. So she was my second marriage. It wasn't, am I making any sense whatsoever? Anyway, so that's kind of the way hers is. Her friend is was married for, 10, 15 years, 20 years. I don't even know how long Karen was married for. Got divorced, been divorced for a good decade or so, and is now getting married to a new husband. So she's in town in Kansas City for the weekend with her best friend from high school, and Karen was one of her best friends. And it seems like old times. And I'm having that kind of weekend too as I'm driving the Mini Cooper, reminding myself how much I miss this car. Now again, I've had this car, 20 years, and it's got 169,000 miles on it, and I've spent more money repairing it and replacing it and everything like that, but I do adore this car. And there's some excitement about driving it. Now granted, the air conditioning doesn't work, and if you do, what it does to the gas mileage and what it does to the sluggishness of the engine, this car was not meant to, it's meant to open the windows, to let the air flow, and let the stereo go. And that's what I'm going to get back to doing here in just a minute. It's good to have weekends like that. It's good to have days like that, where it seems like old times, where everything just is simple again. Not that old times were simple. We just tend to forget all the bad stuff. Back next week, another Road Warrior. KevinMason.us, home to all the Road Warrior videos. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're everywhere. Okay, not everywhere, but thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being on the journey. And hey, you get really bored? Go back to the beginning. Go back to episode 1. I believe that was Hello Cleveland. Is that what I called that episode? I don't know. The Road Warrior, I don't even know. Back on the streets. But go check out an old episode or 2. We changed, but we haven't. If anything, you see me with goatee, without goatee, with blonder hair, skinnier, it's hard to tell. Back next week. Have a good one. Thanks.